Hey folks, just another video coming to you. This Javier Blog 208 coming to you live. I'm just going to share some thoughts on ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder. It's something that I have, and it's something I've dealt with all my life. So it's like something that, I've already, I've accepted about myself a long time ago. I was diagnosed with ADD, way back. I think it was the first or second grade or something like that. That was the only thing I was ever diagnosed with. Besides that, I don't recall. I don't think I was diagnosed with anything else in my entire life. Anyway, ADD is Attention Deficit Disorder. There's also ADHD, which is Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. I remember way back in my childhood, they used to think I had ADHD. But the H part may have been there in my childhood, but throughout my older years, or as I've grown up and gotten older, it's definitely worn out. Because if there's one thing I can say, that I'm definitely not that hyperactive. I do love to, do things like travel and all that, and explore, but that's just me. That's just my natural interest and curiosity. ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder, is pretty much what I deal with, when it comes to, I have major trouble focusing. And it's something I've struggled with all my years of high school and all my years of grade school, is that I've always had trouble focusing. And, they even tell me at work, they're like, Javier, you don't listen, you don't pay attention, you can't focus. So it's definitely there, and I've dealt with it all my life. So whenever people tell me I can't focus, or I'm not paying attention, or they have to repeat things, that's definitely something that I struggle with. But I know one thing for sure is that if I have to wear that label, proudly and clearly, yes, I have it. I have Attention Deficit Disorder. I've always had Attention Deficit Disorder. And that's pretty much what I have to explain people. Like when they complain about me not listening or not focusing or having a short attention span, or sometimes when I'm even in school, I have just really bad trouble focusing when I was in school. The symptoms, pretty much, principle of ADD: inattention, hyperactivity, impulsivity. No, that's ADHD. And hang on a minute. Yeah, ADD, it says right here that many symptoms, ADD and ADHD, to mean the same thing. ADD symptoms are related specifically to poor concentration or lack of attention. In contrast, symptoms of hyperactivity and impulsivity are more characteristics in ADHD. Many children, so I may have had more symptoms of ADHD in the past, but ADD has been more of me the last couple of years, because the H part, I guess, has kind of worn off. These symptoms in a lesser degree, so before an inaccurate diagnosis can be made. Children with symptoms of this inattention often do not close attention to details or make careless mistakes in schoolwork or activity. Yep, I got that. Often have trouble keeping attention on tasks. Yep, I got that. Do not listen when spoke to directly. I got that. Often do not follow instructions or finish schoolwork. I got that. Often have trouble organizing activities. Yep, I got that. I got all these symptoms of attention deficit disorder. Often avoid, dislike, or do not want to do things that take a lot of mental effort for a long period of time. Schoolwork or homework, I definitely got that. Often lose things needed for tasks, activity, I got that. Or often distracted, definitely. Very distracted. Are often forgetful in daily activities, I got that. So this comes from the mental health .emetdv.com, some doctor site. But anyway, I definitely have all those symptoms. And I just want to say, there's nothing wrong with having it. you can still pretty much function in day-to-day society. It's not autism. So there's a lot of people that tend to get it confused with like ADHD or autism or, you know, Asperger's syndrome. It's none of those. They're not the same thing. I was never diagnosed with any of that. I was only diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. I remember when I was diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. But like, you know, just dealing with it, you know, yourself, you have like trouble focusing in school, trouble focusing in schoolwork, you know, not paying attention while listening, or, you know, disorganized, losing things. It all comes down to not paying attention. Like, you lose things because you don't pay attention to where you put them. And I know I have that, or just easily distractiveness, or, you know, trouble listening, all that stuff. So I guess I want to make this video, you know, it's like, don't get this confused. ADD is attention deficit disorder. ADD is not the same as ADHD. Sometimes they can be, you know, similar, but they're not, it's not the same because the hyperactivity part's not in there. ADD is not the same as autism. ADD is not the same as, you know, Asperger's. ADD is its own separate thing. It's, and if you have ADD, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with people who have other stuff, but if you have ADD, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have to, you know, learn to cope with it in life, and learn to, you know, love yourself with it and deal with it. Anyway, just some extra thoughts. I'll talk to you all later. Like and subscribe. Javier Blog 208, turning out.